Stephanie and Joe find this face place that has Botox and this face scanning app. I was all about this, D. I was ready to Google search it and go find it since I live right here in the Charleston area
Right.
until they got to the age progression part.
Oh,
What the
shit.
heck?
That simulation of TJ, bless his heart.
I mean, my Google thumb stopped at that moment.
I was going to say, I think the AI things on Facebook sometimes do them. And I actually looked like my dad. Like when it did it to my face on Facebook, I was like, oh my gosh, I look like my dad.
I don't even tempt fate. I don't want to know. Channel surfers, stick around though, because D and I are going to do a TikTok guess our age.
Oh,
And if you're new here, make sure you hit subscribe while we give you the lowdown about Charleston and Southern hospitality. Southern hospitality, season 4, episode 6.
I believe it's episode 7. Sip happens.
Well, you know what? Sip happens. It is episode 7. Let's watch.
Remote reality, yeah, that's the key. Unlocking stories wild and free. With the host, side by side. Channel surfers, let's ride.
Hello. Welcome to Remote Reality. I'm Lauren, your friend and attorney host who loves to overanalyze everything, including our favorite reality TV shows. And this one's close to home since I live in the Charleston area. And you know what? We mentioned Second Sunday, like episode 1, and we've got TJ talking about it now.
I know. It's amazing. I love everything about Charleston, their food, the tourism. It's just a great place to visit. But anyway, I digress. I'm Dee, Lauren's paralegal and smartass co-host.
Also, a South Carolina coastal girl. She's just a little bit north of me. In a
Yes.
small, quiet coastal town, not one just booming with tourism and delicious foods that I could gain all the weight. I have gained all the weight. Thanks, Charleston. Oh my gosh. That Zachary bar that apparently Love has opened. That's dangerous. That is not going to
Yeah.
get into my low carb diet
I think that might
that I
be a
haven't
place.
started.
I think that needs to, yeah, I think that needs to be on our visit list.
List. I live here.
Well,
Look,
I mean,
it's
we
a
need to
30-minute
go.
drive.
We need to visit the place. So that's a visit list. We're not
Go record an
visitors.
episode there.
Yeah. Oh gosh, we may not be able to air it.
You have to Airbnb. We're going to have to Uber ride back. See, before we jump in today's episode of Southern Hospitality, let's do a little face test. I'm afraid to go to that place and do it. I was like, oh, this would be great. Wanted to do Botox. But I don't want to see the age progression. That's scary.
I did one on Facebook's like AI stuff, you know, the little games that they have. And I looked exactly like my dad. My dad's 83. And I was like, oh, I wasn't too
No,
upset. I think my dad looks amazing, but still, I looked like my dad.
I don't play with that evil. I don't play with that evil. Today, I do not have eye makeup on, though. I'm like, let's just go with it. Plus, I'm also dealing with an elderly dog who was doing really great until he fell off the landscaping wall Thursday
Ruh-roh.
morning around 2 a.m. and I didn't find him for 5 or 6 hours. Out the doggy door and
Bless his
couldn't-
heart.
he Steve Urkel fell and couldn't get back up. So I'm playing doggy nurse to try to get his energy back, try to get him back up. Anyway, if it's not one thing, it's another. I swear.
Always. It never
Oh,
fails. We think it's
all
going to
right.
be a great week, and then something, boom, happened.
I mean, we were going to record this episode yesterday and an
Mhm.
episode for the bankruptcy files, which another new podcast I am starting. I'm a bankruptcy attorney. I think we have 4 or 5 people signed up. I'm really excited about some of the
Yes.
topics too. And Dee and I, we're going to do some, if you want to hear us be smart and a little smart ass, like maybe more family friendly, but you can't take the crazy out of the girl. We're still wild. And you want to know about debt and finances? I should be launching this in the next couple of weeks. The bankruptcy files, everything is ready to go. I also started my gamer channel, our family gamer. My son wanted to do a channel. It's got me playing some Fortnite, him playing some Minecraft. I got some Mario videos to post. But yeah, check out those channels if you want to. But we're just really glad you're here. We're almost at our 1 year for remote reality.
Yes.
Coming up end of the month.
I can't believe it. It doesn't feel like
been
it's been that long.
So fun. And I'm so excited. 90 Day Fiance, just the
Yes.
regular 90 Day is coming out. We will be covering that.
Mm.
Some of our favorites are coming back. You
90
will see who.
Yeah, 90 Day is always good. It's always one of our favorites. We love every one of them that we do.
And I love all the people, even when
Mhm.
they're like crazy. Like, it's okay. Everybody gets a little crazy. I mean, some of them,
We don't mind.
you've missed some seasons. Some of
Yeah, I
Anyway,
know.
back to Southern hospitality. Since I'm not brave enough to go to the face place and have them show me what I'll look like old, we're going to let TikTok let us guess our ages. D and I'm going to hit the pause button. We're going to go ahead and do it, and we'll come back with the result. Yeah, do you want to go first?
Not really.
Okay. You want me to go? I'll go first. Okay, I'm clicking on it. I guess I just click. No, it's doing it. Oh, shit. It says 30. Wait. No, 43. I'm 42.
All right, I'll do it. I'm not going to be happy about this, though. I'm a TJ on this.
Apparently I am. But older. Wait, are you redoing it?
Well, no, I don't think I did it right. Because, okay, so it says guess my age, right? But then
Yeah.
it's got all of this down here. Am I supposed to click on this?
Her age is too old to use TikTok.
Cute.
Did you say something that says use this filter at the bottom with a little
Use this
camera?
effect.
That's it. Yeah.
2 years older than I actually am is what it says.
Tried it again. It said, honestly, I don't know. It's missing the age, honestly. All right.
I
Well,
don't like that.
screw you, TikTok.
That's right.
So according to the TikTok filter, I look a year older than I am, which is 43. And D looks 2 years older than she is, which is 70. You win some, you lose some.
Okay.
So we start the episode with Maddie still Joe out that doghouse.
She's not talking to him.
She's not squirting water in his mouth.
She's completely ignoring him. It's like he's not even in the room.
And she's still upset about him going out drinking. Now, it sounds to me like Joe's side of the story is that he went out after work. He told her, I went to work. After work, he went out for drinks. He's like, there's no secret. She sees where I'm at. I didn't know I had to update her every single step of the way. Like, I'm leaving work and going out for drinks, which that makes sense.
Yeah, but for some reason, she thought that he was at work when he was drinking. So I don't know where the confusion is because that's what she was. That's what
Seems
she
to
was.
say, like, he was at work and then after work, he went out downtown.
Right. And what she's
makes
saying is,
sense.
no, you just told me you were going to be at work, but when I look, you're out drinking.
But did he give her like a specific time he was going in? I know at the restaurant industry, you usually don't have a specific time you leave. It's whenever
Things
the
kinda
crowd
slow
starts to
down.
die down.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems to be, I don't know. She's pretty pissed for somebody who should have understood, according to him.
Well, she talks about this more. I think this is a trigger for her, especially with somebody that she's planning on getting serious about. And she talks about that as we get into the episode. I don't think he needs to update her on every little step, though. If he's out later than he anticipated getting out, yeah, you might say something, but she does have the tracker. But if he like got cut early and it's like 30 minutes, an hour late, taking away the fact that she is recovering.
Mhm. Yeah, I think the biggest thing for her is she believes that he lied to her. So it's not so much that he was out drinking, but she believes that he lied to her about the drinking. So
DJ's side on this, though.
I see both.
I don't think he needs to update her every step of what, like, well, I'm stopping by the gas station on the way home.
No, right. If that was the understanding, sure. But if she's thinking that he's at work and then he's out running to all these other places, that's a different story.
But he's saying he did it after work.
Right. I get it. Yeah.
Anyway,
The truth is somewhere in the middle.
it's not all the beef that's going on tonight, though.
Mm-mm.
We now have some tension between Justin and Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan is talking to Lake. She is not happy that they hooked up. And Lake's like, no. They made out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Your dude is making out with another girl. He's told you he don't want to be around you. Well, he doesn't want to date you, Jordan.
He has been clear and maintained it's a situationship. And she's gone along with that. He's like, she comes over. She says The 3 Fs. Feed me, have fun, fuck me. And then he said that
And
she's, like,
he says it as
giggling.
well.
Yeah, and he said, he's like, "She's giggling, we're just having a good time." He is not taking it as a serious relationship. So
And sometimes I would think, is he just saying that during ITMs to the producers? But like you said, Jordan also says the 3 Fs that we hear Justin say: feed me and fudge. Actually, fudge would be my fun. Yum. But also, we saw earlier in this season, Justin sitting down with Jordan and them talking about him dating other people
that's when she said she was fine as long as it wasn't Mia, which made no sense to me.
because Mia's the only real threat.
Mm. True.
It's
Yeah.
the only one that he is showing interest in.
Mhm.
And
That makes sense.
Mia's like, she's an acquaintance. She is not a friend. Like, I might text her memes in a group chat.
Mhm. But they're not, like, hanging out and doing things together.
Also, Jordan, and you hear it echoed through Lake, it's almost like she's calling dibs on somebody. She has a crush on him.
The whole
He-
group is acting like that. The whole group is acting like Jordan has dibs, and they all eventually, as we're gonna talk about here later, end up pissed off at Mia.
It's like she's marking her territory, and he's like, stop peeing on me.
Yeah.
Justin doesn't want to be marked by you. Jordan, why are you chasing a man who doesn't want you to lock him down?
Mm-mm.
And it doesn't mean he doesn't want something. He just doesn't want that with you.
Right.
And you know what? That's not a good match.
Mm-mm.
You need somebody that wants to lock it down with you if that's what you're looking for. And if you're
Right.
just looking to have fun and this guy's just looking to have fun with you, then great. I
But
think
know the
regardless,
difference.
it happens both ways.
Yeah.
There can be guys that are super into you and you're like, okay, well, I know as I got older and I was
Mhm.
dating late 20s, early 30s, I was like, okay, I'll give them a chance. This wouldn't be my typical type. And you go out and you're like, I don't know. I don't think this is a good fit. And then they're like, no, give it a try. And you're trying it on, but then you're like, I don't think this is working. And then they get mad when you find something that does work.
Right. Right. I think she went into this with him being very honest about it, and she has, I hate to say it, nobody else to blame but herself if she's upset about it.
Well, are her friends sitting there telling her like this isn't a good idea? No, they're basically saying, oh yeah, you can mark your territory. They're not
True.
saying don't date a guy that doesn't want to date you.
Right.
Jordan, you're a great girl. You are a great catch for the right guy. This is not the right one.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think her friends should be encouraging her or making her think it's more than it actually is.
Or making her think she has any sort of claim to a guy who's like, don't lay a claim on me.
Right.
If that's what you want, Jordan, go find it. Go find somewhere there that it's mutual.
Yeah, I'm sure there's an app for
Well,
that.
we'll talk about this later because they don't
Mhm.
think that it's a good match, but it's not what they're encouraging Jordan to believe between Justin and Jordan.
Mhm.
To Michols, in his modeling, he's doing a modeling shoot at Lomar. He looked good.
He looks so good. And I noticed like a couple of the outfits that they had him in. This must be a new thing going on with the men, like the untailored jackets and stuff. Like they're huge on them.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen this in other videos too.
There was this gray jacket. It looked 3 sizes too big for him.
Right. I've been seeing a lot of photos like that. So it must be some kind of new trend.
Were
I'm
they wearing
sorry.
shirts underneath?
Um, I can't remember, but I just remember thinking, why is that jacket so oversized? Because I totally want a tailored jacket on a guy. I want to see everything,
Oh, yeah. Michael's had the big gray
hmm
sack on, but then he had this black, like,
Yes. The one that I think they
double.
decided on as the cover.
I don't know if that was the cover. The cover was him standing and
Right.
it had smoke, but this one, it had like this big collar and he was wearing glasses. Those were my favorite.
I don't know. He looked good in every single one of them. He was born to be a model.
He's beautiful. He's
Yeah,
beautiful.
he
And
is.
he calls his mom to share
Mhm.
the moment. He's like, my mom's going to love these pictures. She's going to hang them on her mantle. So I'm glad that they were actually like
Mhm.
not super racy or anything. I've
No,
seen
they
some
were
racy
very
photos for
they
magazine covers.
yeah, they were
Mama wouldn't do
very
that.
they were very classy.
They look
They
great.
had yeah. They were not tasteless or anything like that. They were very classy. He looks so good in them.
I'm sure his mama does have a few of those hanging up.
Mhm.
Now, he calls her. She doesn't want to get on FaceTime. I get that.
Mhm.
He
I
wants her
ugh.
on FaceTime so that the camera can see it, her,
Mhm.
and she knows that he's recording. He could tell her on the phone what's going on. She
Mhm.
just doesn't want to be on camera.
Yeah, I totally get that. Don't I, Lauren? That's so
No,
relatable to me.
as rough of a few days as I've been having, I was sitting there thinking, oh, maybe Dee can just be on camera. And I was like, no, she won't go for that.
Mm.
So here I
No,
am
Dee's not doing it by herself.
in my jammies. He said that this magazine that Michaels is doing the cover for, I guess it's an online magazine with 1 million subscribers. So he's
Wow.
saying this will launch his modeling career. I think it could.
Absolutely.
He is a
He's
beautiful
about to
man.
be yeah, he's about to be known.
Yeah, my friends in Charleston will know next time I text a picture of Michaels. Well, actually, I
Mhm.
didn't do Michaels. I did Joe. Who's Joe?
Joe. Well, apparently everybody else in Charleston feels the same because he's still got 300 tickets to sell for his party.
I guess Liz take pictures outside of Republic didn't work.
No.
I wonder why Leva doesn't want him as a business partner. He's operating on a loss on his birthday party. So next stop is Joe going with TJ to get their faces done. They're 30. Time to start taking care of your face. I'm 42. Probably time to start with me, but I don't want to go there. Anyway, I'm scared. I'm scared of the old age thing. Their face thing did a lot nicer things for them than TikTok did for us. TJ it said
Absolutely.
he was 34, which he's about to turn 35, so almost a year ahead.
Mhm.
I just turned 42 and it said 43.
Joe.
And Joe, 24.
I know. And he's getting ready to turn 30. I was like, damn, he's 6 years younger. And the bacteria that was on his face in the picture, like he does absolutely no skincare whatsoever. And here TJ is, he's doing all of this stuff trying to keep his skin looking good and youthful. And he's just like right there at his own age. And Joe, who does absolutely nothing with bacteria all over his face, looks 6 years younger.
Well, Joe, he was saying he thinks TJ looks like Kevin from Home Alone. He
I
looks 12.
know. Yeah. He looks somewhere between, he said, 12 and 40.
It's a grab bag. We're saying that the night lifestyle of working at Republic obviously could
Mhm.
play a factor, but also being in Charleston, the
Mhm.
outdoor component, being at the beach,
Yeah,
playing
there's
kickball, being in the sun, doing all the outdoor activities, being out on the boat,
mhm.
that can also affect aging. So,
Right, but Joe also said that, to be fair, that he has got some Italian in him, and I think the more melanin you have in your skin, the better you age. I mean,
well,
it
he
just
also said he uses olive oil. So he does have a skincare routine. It might not be.
I thought that was smart-assy. I thought it was a sarcastic comment that he wasn't using olive oil. You think he was serious that he was using olive oil?
He might be. It's great for the skin.
Um,
I mean,
coconut's
you use
better.
beef tallow.
I use beef tallow.
There are products that have olive oil in them.
Yeah, the castor and like jojoba oil, coconut oil, those are all really good for skin. Never really heard much with olive oil on your
See,
skin, but
nobody has taken our advice because we look older. I look 43 and you look 70. They're like things to avoid. Maybe we need to switch to olive oil.
I'm gonna sue TikTok.
I don't think you have standing. My legal advice at work that I'm giving Dee on the podcast, the only thing that you should take is legal advice. What are your damages?
Mental stress and anxiety.
I don't think that was caused by TikTok. That's what we call, well, damn, there goes my brain.
I really think we should start doing this on
Eggshell
Thursdays.
defendant.
Yeah, I really think we should start doing this on Thursday because by the time we
were
get to
going
Friday,
to, but I
I
had
know,
a dog who yesterday had diarrhea, and
by the time we get to Friday, we
shit
are
show.
just like our brains are asleep. Like they're overburdened. They're ready to shut down.
Same thing about Mondays.
I know. I'm only good for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
So next up, we see Molly and Lake walking in to a daiquiri bar, which I didn't even know existed. And we find out pretty soon after that this is a new Leva restaurant. There used to be a daiquiri bar, but it was on King Street and it was a chain. I think they had one in Myrtle Beach, Wet Willie's.
Okay. Yeah.
There used to be a Wet Willie's off of King Street near the market. So I was like, oh, did they just repurpose that? But this one is like over kind of between Beer Garden and Hotel Bennett, which a great place to go drink.
It was giving me a very like soda shop vibe.
It was giving me Wet Willie vibe.
See, I didn't even until you just said it, I did not realize it was a daiquiri bar. I thought it was some kind of like a smoothie shop or something. I didn't know.
No, it's Zachary's Daiquiris. Zach's Dac.
Okay. That makes sense. See, I
It said
completely
it on the door.
I missed it. I completely
Didn't
missed
have her reading
that.
glasses on, folks.
I know. I need binoculars.
So yeah, I just looked it up. Wet Willie's, it was in Charleston for 22 years and it closed in late 2015. So hopefully this revitalization worked. One of the things that I like, first of all, it's a local spot. Always trying to support our local restaurants. And it has drinks named after local places. So you see the Kiowa was one of the frozen drinks. Kiowa is one of the barrier islands. It's above Edisto Island, not Edisto River. They said Edisto again. Another great resort area, but I like that they have it named locally. The Kiowa drink. Kiowa has great stuff. Like the tomato shed is over by Kiowa, really good food. I like the idea of an experience.
Yes. Yes. And I like the paint and wine experience. That's always fun.
Now, I've done them before, different places. The one I've been to in Charleston, God, this was probably 10 years ago. It was over in West Ashley near our office. And it's a place that has like the musical instruments hanging off the tree. But it was just a studio for paint and wine. And they had a bunch of pictures on the wall. And it was different than other ones I went to because you just picked whatever picture and they kind of walked around and helped you paint it. Which you were saying.
I've been to 2. So we actually like you went to a calendar on the restaurant or the event's website and you chose which painting you wanted to do. And then they actually had an instructor that talked you through and showed you how to do each part of the painting. Like, and it was more like a class. And then we had our alcohol, of course.
And I've been to ones like that as well, where they have one that the whole class does. But I like this. I was like, maybe I should go sign my friends up for it. But then again, I have acrylic paint and easels and things at my house. I go out and we can just do it.
You have a
there.
better supply than these people were given for this event. So
You were not happy with it. But
I
this
was
is the
not. I was
planning
disappointed.
stage. This
Yeah.
is.
I'm going to wait for my comments when we get to the actual event. But yes, I was disappointed.
So Lake is going to be hosting it. We've got
Because of
another
her
business collab. Everyone's getting business collabs with Leva except
and
for
I
Joe.
thought, yeah, and I thought that was a great idea. I think Leva was, balls on with going with Lake because of her artistic background and,
And Lake's
showcased
like, I got this art degree, which isn't cheap. I wonder if she went to Savannah College of Art Design, SCAD. That's expensive. But she's like, my parents didn't waste money on my art degree for me just hosting. Now I'm, drinking and painting canvases with people.
I think she actually did tell us it may have been last season. I don't think it's been this season, but I think she actually spent some time in Paris too.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
And she's meeting with
Molly,
sorry, the event planner of the group and also Jordan's roommate. Molly does not remember Mia making out.
That's because her ass was asleep.
She was, and she had a few drinks. So there's two things at play there. Drinking can make your memory not as good, but
Right.
lack of sleep. So
Right.
I'm not faulting Molly. I'm not thinking Molly's a bad friend because she doesn't remember.
No, but Lake kind of threw her under the bus with Jordan. She's like, oh, Molly knew. She saw it. No, she didn't, Lake. She was asleep.
I'm sorry, in court, you can't testify to what someone else knows.
Mm-hmm.
It's outside your personal knowledge, Lake. Should she have known? Maybe, but
Should she have
she
cared?
fell asleep early, and she
Yeah,
woke up the next morning, and I think it was being talked about, but I just remember her being aloof and in very cute pajamas.
she looked, I remember when she got up, she looked pretty lost. Like a whole
She
thing
didn't know what had
had
happened.
yeah, a lot of things had happened, and she slept through all of it. Like she didn't know any of this stuff
Well,
that had happened that night.
that's me. I have a party, and I go upstairs and fall asleep early while my friends are still drinking in my dining room. Girls gotta sleep. Don't take my beauty advice. I look a year older than I am, but still.
Apparently, I look too. But like also tells Molly that she needs to have a talk with her friend Mia and have her apologize to Jordan.
I'm sorry, Jordan. You need to learn how to read the room. That's about the only apology she'd be getting from me.
Yeah. Well, I thought good for Molly because she just looked at Lake and she's like, you don't tell me what to tell my friends or what conversations to have with my friends. But
Exactly.
she's trying to shame her because she's friends with Jordan and she's also Jordan's roommate that she should be, I think honestly there's way too many people involved in this situation.
We got two people involved in this situation.
That should be.
Justin and Jordan.
That's the situationship.
This is all about their communication and their decisions to stick around without having a title.
Yeah, I really thought that Lake kind of overstepped with it, to be honest.
If you don't have a title, you can't have expectations. And we saw that conversation. We saw Justin telling Jordan, I want to date other people. You're okay with that. Justin, he said early on in the episode, I'm going to call it quits. Now, I don't think this is because he realizes that Jordan is clinging
and catching feelings
and thinking it's more than what it is. I think this is because he wants to be able to go somewhere with Mia, and he knows that he can't do that with the Jordan hanging off of him.
No, Mia's not going to do that.
Justin he has responsibility in this too.
And he's checking the boxes, so I don't understand why, they're going to
telling Jordan it's not all that serious. But when she's telling him you can't date Mia,
red flag.
Like you need to see that she is trying to get some sort of commitment from you.
Right.
And it's time to move on. And I don't think this is the first time.
No. I think this has probably been an ongoing issue.
Tells me that. So,
and you've seen her talking to Lake at one point, and she admitted to Lake, I think I just thought for a minute that it was more than what it was. So she knows.
When somebody tells you who they are, believe them.
Yeah.
She's a great girl. She seems like a lot of fun. She seems like a great catch.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that appreciates that. He deserves that.
Yeah, she's just not what he's looking for as far as a committed relationship.
I don't think he's what Mia's looking for either. Irony maybe in that is that Mia just got out of a relationship. She's probably feeling kind of lonely. There's a guy giving her attention. I don't think she wants anything serious with him. I think he wants something serious with her. I feel is about to get played the way he's
doing Jordan.
Been doing Jordan.
Well, I don't really think he's played Jordan. I think he's been very honest with her. I just think she's not been listening.
He has, but I don't think Mia is wanting much more than
a distraction. A distraction and some attention. Yeah.
And he's cutting off other stuff for her. We'll see what happens.
We will.
Maddie is meeting with Jules, her sponsor, and I don't know which park they're at. There's so many water parks like that, waterside parks.
It was beautiful wherever it was.
Kind of reminds me of the old Naval Park, but it's not that one.
Mhm.
It kind of reminds me of this other park over in West Ashley where I used to go catch Pokemon. It might have been on the Mount Pleasant side of the bridge. There's just so many of those
Mhm.
little places. And it is. It's so nice when the weather is nice to go out there. Now in the middle of the summer, even now as we're getting into spring when it's hot AF, do not recommend. Very
What
humid.
is it with your clean language here? I mean, I've noticed that twice now. You were using AF, you said fudge. I mean, you usually are just cussing away too, and I'm like, "What's going on? She's not saying any cuss words today."
Get off my dick, G. All right. So Maddie, I think she knows that she's overreacting some here. She's very triggered. And it's because when she was growing up, she said she had young parents, which I'm sitting here like, her parents my age.
Mhm.
They could be my age. And they would drink for anything. Drink when you're happy, drink when you're sad. So she wanted to break the generational cycle of alcoholism. And getting serious with Joe, that's her concern, is that if she marries somebody who has alcohol problems, she doesn't want her kids seeing that and also having alcohol problems.
Mhm.
She wanted to break the cycle. This is why she went sober.
Yeah, but I mean, it she didn't come right out and say her parents were alcoholics or that one of them was an alcoholic. She just said that, they drank a lot
But by
for
saying that she wanted to break the cycle, she said it without saying it because
yeah,
alcoholism is a cycle
right.
in families.
Yeah, I definitely have heard that. The thing is, I grew up in a generation where, most homes had home bars. The parents were always drinking wherever we went, whatever, 4th of July, it was not uncommon to see everybody with a beer in their hand or making cocktails and things like that. I didn't have any alcoholics around me though. So
Maybe.
no,
I
I don't
mean,
think so. I mean, it was just no, like these weren't people that drank every day, but if there was like a 4th of
I can
July
promise you people your parents' age didn't all have home bars.
in the
Your parents are
70s,
the same
they
age
always
as like my aunts and uncles.
yeah, like in the 70s, the 60s and the 70s, they would have like little oh, I don't know, maybe home bar is not the right word, but they had like the little cocktail tray section or whatever over to the sides of their house, in their houses where,
Some people did, and some people still do.
I'm just saying just because somebody has that stuff in their house doesn't mean they're alcoholics and that it affected their kids. I don't
But she was saying they drank when they were happy, drank when they were sad. Like every feeling was an excuse to drink.
yeah, that's different than what I'm trying to describe. That's not what
But
I'm
also,
saying.
not everybody in the 70s had home bars.
I don't think it's okay, a home bar might not be the right word. I'm just saying that there was like a little section that had like the bourbon and the gin and the cocktail mix stuff. Okay, maybe just the rich ones. Maybe just in the movies. I don't know.
Just in your family.
No, my family, there was only one person in my family that had a section like that. My parents didn't have anything like that. You know,
There
my
you go.
my dad's siblings, they didn't, they were, go get me a beer out of the refrigerator kind of people. That was it. Not the little home cocktail corner. One of them did.
Like one of my uncles, I don't know if I've ever, no, he drank. They like wine.
Yeah, there was that too. There was the cocktail mixes, the wine, the mini fridges but there was also like a pool table, a ping pong table. I mean, it was like a whole entertainment section in their basement.
So second Sunday, we've got cheater wieners, and we talked about second Sunday on that first
Mhm.
Sir Wieners episode. It's like they said in Charleston, they closed down most of King Street. King Street is kind of the main street, one of the main
Mhm.
streets in Charleston. There's a lot of shopping on King Street. The bankruptcy court and the county courthouse are on King Street. But you can just walk around. There's a lot of vendors. There's people out there busking, local businesses, food trucks, live music. It's fun.
It's
It,
fun. But it's
it is
pouring
fun.
rain in this episode.
Even
So that's
better.
not so
It's not
fun.
hot. So you're either
I don't think.
pouring rain or if
Oh
it's
no.
hot outside, you're pouring sweat because of the humidity.
Well, see, I think the rain makes it more humid if it's summer. Now, I
makes
don't
it
know if this is
cooler.
yeah,
It
I don't
makes
know
it
if this
cooler.
was filmed during the summer or not.
Probably not because nobody's glistening. Anyway, on Instagram, Justin has posted a picture of him at a restaurant, which just so happens to be Mia's favorite restaurant.
Mhm.
And TJ just so happens to recognize some boobies in the picture. And he looks at a location. He sees Mia is at this restaurant with Justin. So they go up and they ask Mia and Justin about their date. And Mia and Justin deny. And then in ITMs, Mia's like, how the heck do they recognize me from my boob? Not knowing that TJ also had location.
Right.
So we had some verifiable proof. I don't think anybody, I think they're like, oh, yeah, that could be her boobs, probably
Yeah.
circumstantially after they
Well,
knew
and
because of the location.
right. And, and Justin said that he tried really hard to crop her completely out of the picture that he was taking of his meal in front of him, but it still, managed to get her boob.
Are they hiding it? That makes it seem like they think they're doing something wrong. Just
I
own
don't
it.
I don't know, because Mia doesn't deny it later. I'm just wondering if they're just not like wanting to talk about it because it was just the night before or what when they're at the event with Sir Wieners.
Own it.
Yeah. Because they both say that they had a good time in the ITMs.
Jordan and Late, they start going in on Mia, talking about how fake she is. And
Well, this was Bella. I don't think Jordan was there for that. It was Bella and Emmy and Maddie and Late.
it was gross.
I was a little bit shocked with the fact that they accused Mia later of not being a girl's girl, and they are just behind her back, just destroying her, talking about her fake ass boobs. That was Emmy. And making fun of her split ends. And they were just really mean girling her bad.
Because she went out with a single guy who has
Mhm.
made it known to one of your friends that he doesn't want to be anything more than friends with benefits. She can't just claim the dude.
Mm-mm. It doesn't, Dibs don't work in real life.
He doesn't want to be with you.
So let's just trash talk the girl that he did go on a date with. An actual date, not a booty call.
I'm team Mia on this.
I am too. You know what? It made me realize, she is beautiful, and I think there's just a lot of jealousy going on here.
She has nothing to do with the fact that Jordan wants to cling to somebody who doesn't want to be with her. That's a Jordan problem. And I don't know. What do you think, channel surfers? Where do you guys fall on that? So we get to the paint night, which I think is really cute. And those drinks are tiny, though. I hope they're made with Everclear.
Everything's, yeah, right. Everything's tiny. The paints and the stuff, it's kind of kindergartenish, actually, I thought.
I think they're painting with watercolor.
Yeah. They look like the little trays that you get for kids in kindergarten. That's what I said.
Well, that's because
Watercolor.
in kindergarten they use watercolors, but watercolor is a good medium. My mom paints in watercolor.
Okay.
You've probably done acrylics at the paints that you do.
Well, and it was on canvas. It wasn't, a piece of paper with a drawing on it either. So I guess that makes the difference with the watercolors.
You use the different, you use a paper.
Right. And it probably also doesn't, it's probably easier to clean up if it gets on something.
It's just a different medium. Like you can paint it on thicker or it can be more translucent. So you have colors coming through. It dries quickly. So it's easy to like paint over it. Anyway.
It was just a different twist on what I thought it was going to be.
Lake and no, not Lake. Molly and Mia have a little talk. Molly's like, say hi to Jordan. She's like, oh, good to see you. And then Molly tells Mia that she's making it weird with Jordan. Mia's like, no, I'm not. She's making it weird. I just went out on a date with a guy and shared a steak. I'm not making it weird.
No.
And apparently, we find out that Molly actually told Mia to go on a date.
Because she wanted to prove to Jordan that Justin would go on the date with Molly or with Mia or something to that effect to show Jordan what kind of guy he was.
Which he's told her, like, I'm going to go on dates with, although he said he wouldn't do it with Mia, but
Did
he was like,
he?
I don't care. Yes. He was
He
like,
did-
but if I do, I do. And I really don't care because
Yeah.
if she doesn't want to deal with it, fine. So here's the thing. Like, how are you going to tell Molly? How are you going to go and tell Jordan that she has some sort of claim to him and then tell Mia she needs to apologize, but then also understand that she doesn't have a claim to him and tell Mia to go out with him? Why not just go to Jordan and be like,
Mhm.
this dude does not want to lock it down with you. Move on.
Yeah, I don't think they're being a very good friend. I think
This
that
is
they're
the most indirect bullshit.
yeah,
Like,
I think that
too
they're
many involved.
I think that they're encouraging Jordan on something that doesn't exist. If they were real friends, I think they should have just said, look, he's made it clear you agreed to it. You really can't say anything if he goes out with somebody else. And it's
Supporting
definitely,
her and
yeah, it's definitely
like
not Mia's fault.
believing in her head she has a relationship with a guy that doesn't want a relationship with her, that is not in her best interest. And by having
No.
Mia go and apologize, you are pushing forward that false narrative.
Yeah. And like Mia said, she's like, you guys are wanting me to act like I'm some kind of a
Sure.
martyr or the other woman kind of scenario. And that is not what's going on here. And I am not apologizing for that. Good for
Sorry,
her.
not sorry.
Yeah.
Now, Maddie, turning to Maddie and Joe, Maddie is concerned that Joe's absence is what's not getting him these business opportunities like everyone else. We're sitting here with another business opportunity with Lake. She's like, why isn't it Joe's turn? And she goes to Leva at the party. And at first, it's like she's trying to help Joe. She said, I had health issues and he was with me for it. And Leva's like, no, I totally get Joe taking time off to be with you for health issues. The issue is he didn't come back. Then he started following you on tour. Then he doesn't go out and do stuff. Now, Joe's saying, he's saying that he's going out marketing. And she's like, no, like you market at the job. You
Yeah.
show people what you're providing as far as services and food
Yeah.
and beverage.
She even thinks it's a bad idea to market the way that Joe says he's marketing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it's like Maddie kind of jumps onto Team Leva. Like, if he's going out drinking and not putting the business first, he's probably not a good business partner. So that did a 180.
Well, yeah. I was kind of like on the fence with whether or not she should have even approached her with this conversation because it is about Joe and they're not married or anything. They're just in a
Even if they are
relationship.
married, as a business partner, you don't need your business partner's spouse coming and fixing
Well, that's what I was
things.
getting ready to say is it kind of makes Joe look weak. Yeah. And not the responsible person. He should be having that conversation. What do I need to do to move forward with us being business partners or starting my own business? Blah, blah, blah,
He
blah.
needs to just grab the bull by the horns
Yeah.
and start doing it.
He doesn't need
Because
these.
you don't want a business partner where you have to direct them in every single step. They've
Look,
got to have ideas. They've got to take that initiative.
you don't want a business partner whose girlfriend has got to tell him what to do
And then sits there and starts agreeing with you. You're right.
or how to do it. He doesn't need, I would not hire somebody that needed a fucking babysitter.
And we're not talking about hiring someone. We're talking about being a business.
No, but you know what I'm
partner.
saying. Like, why would you go any further with that person if they need
wouldn't.
somebody else to talk for them?
And while Maddie went in there with good intentions,
I
Leva
think it
pulled her
kinda-
over to her side very
And
quickly.
complimented her very much. He needs your boundaries. He needs to have what you put out there.
Let's give Maddie a business.
I know. That's what I was thinking. Leva is going to give Maddie one.
Everybody gets a business except you, Joe. You need to come to work
Yeah.
before we get to that point.
Joe is very much, in my opinion, acting like someone who feels like he's entitled to it, but doesn't want to do the work to get it.
Maddie, to me, wants Joe to fit into the guy that she wants. The guy
boss.
that
He's not
has a
fitting the
good job,
box.
that's to comport the family, that is going to be a good influence on the kids and not
Partier.
will push forward this alcoholism. Like she's afraid that it will be passed on to her kids. So she doesn't want somebody that is going to be that sort of influence.
Mm-hmm.
She loves Joe, but
It may not
I
be a
don't think
good
he's
fit,
fitting into the box.
right?
And going up to Leva isn't going to force him into the box. It's almost like when he goes to Leva to have these conversations, it's to try to fit into Maddie's box. And Leva sees right through it. She's like, Joe, this isn't you. This isn't,
Well,
you're
yeah,
not business partner material.
he's not even asking the right questions. I mean, Maddie was asking more the correct questions than Joe when he talks to Leva.
The irony of it is I feel like he was that guy until he got with Maddie.
I haven't seen
now
any of the
he's just,
earlier episodes, so I've only seen him with Maddie.
but you've also heard this season about how he was the guy. He was out there. He was getting tables. And now he's thrown all his priority into Maddie.
Yeah.
And lost some of himself.
Well, he, if I'm not mistaken, he had quite a crush on her before they actually got together, right? So I think he's putting all of his energy into that relationship instead of focusing on
the guy that
the other stuff. Yes.
I need to start a clinger school and sign up Joe and Jordan.
No kidding.
I'll not cling.
They would be perfect for each other. Oh my gosh, they would be perfect for each other.
See, they would be right at each other's butts and they'd
I know, and they probably would love that. They probably would love it. I know.
So, into the night, we have Jordan with sidekick 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. Emmy, Maddie, and Lake.
They're telling Mia that she's being a bad friend. Mia's like, I'm not friends with Jordan.
Not her friend.
They are telling Mia that she has her apology. She's like, I don't know her apology. He told her he didn't want anything to do with her in that way, that they were just friends with benefits. They are saying that she's an emotionless bitch. Is she?
No. She is the kind of friend that I always want because they're going to tell it to you no matter what, whether it's good or bad. They're not going to tell you what you want to hear. They're going to tell you the way that it is. I love those people. And if that's a bitch, then I want all of my friends to be bitches.
Well, Morgan. No.
Molly.
Molly is taking me aside here.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going after Molly.
Yes.
Late says, I didn't even want you to help me plan this party. I was forced to do it, which may have been true. Production may have set that up and been like, look, this is a great opportunity to weave everybody in. But can you imagine what it's going to be like when Jordan and Molly go home?
Fuck. No. I mean, it was just, there was so much Mean Girl stuff going on here that it was not even funny. And as Molly and Mia leave, they're calling them like fake ass bitches and stuff like that. And I'm sorry, the fakest stuff I have seen this episode has come from Lake, Emmy, and yes, even Maddie. Because
it's not doing anything to hurt
anyone. She's just like, leave me alone. And everybody.
She's not doing anything to hurt Jordan. Jordan is hurt because Jordan did not believe who Justin was when Justin told her who he was.
But I'm just
it's not Mia's fault that Jordan has this fantasy life she's living in. That's not reality.
No. But what bothers me is you've got Maddie sitting there saying Mia's not a girl's girl. And then you've got these 3 girls talking smack about her. And they are not doing it to her face. They're all doing it behind her back. As soon as she sat down at that table, they shut their mouths up and just zip it.
Well, then they started doing it to her face.
Well, but not the way that
and everything. But
yeah, but not the way that they were doing it behind her back. They didn't call her fake ass, and they didn't say stuff.
Bad friends to Jordan to sit there and make her think that Mia deserves an apology, that Mia has done anything wrong, that this is okay. Honestly, what Mia's doing is probably the best thing for Jordan. Jordan needs a reality check. She needs to realize that Justin means what he says.
Yeah.
And him telling her that isn't working. So maybe he's seeing that he really is interested in dating other people is what she needs to go get away and find what she wants and deserves. Mia is the best friend out of all of them. And Molly, I think Molly could have handled it differently, but maybe this is what her roommate needs, is a kick in the ass.
Yeah. And ironically, she's the only one that's really not friends with Jordan, Mia.
Right.
Yeah. She's the only one that's given her the truth. Everybody else is just
Irony of Lake saying, oh, like, this is just so convenient that you're saying you're not friends with Jordan, but then turning around and saying Molly's not my friend. Look, y'all aren't all best friends.
none of them are being very good friends.
But he's like, I'm not that close to Molly. Well, Mia's not that close to Jordan. Same diff.
Yeah.
And Mia hasn't gone to Jordan to even like work on some sort of business project with her either.
No.
All right. Well, that's it for Southern Hospitality. Sip happens.
For sure it happened this episode. A lot of sip happened.
Some sip's going to happen today. Some shit might even happen today, depending on how the dog is doing. Thanks for listening, Channel Surfers. We will be back next Friday with Southern Hospitality. See you then. Bye.
Let's ride.